Hello there, how are you doing? So, we are leaving Monaco. Why are you leaving Monaco? Don't worry, I will be coming back. I'm leaving Monaco just on a trip. Where are you going, Paul? Well, I'll tell you as we go along. Why are you going, Paul? Well, I'll tell you as we're going along. I love Monaco. I can't put it any more simply than that, but I've been challenged. And if there's one thing I love more than anything else, it's someone telling me I can't do something. So what is it that I've been challenged to do that people believe I can't do? Well, come with me and I'll show you. For almost everybody in this world, €1 million profit in 6 months would be unbelievable. But that is precisely the challenge that I have accepted. Myself and Aniko are going to make €1 million profit in 6 months on one property, and it's just round the corner from here. Okay, so here we are. We're just about to go into the gated community. So we're one click away. I absolutely love this place. It's a domain, it's a private gated community. And the name of it is beautiful. It's called Espero Pax. That means peace and hope. Well, hello and welcome to Marina. So where are we? We're in Alpes-Maritimes. We're in our French villa on the Riviera. So we've had this property for a couple of years now, and when we bought it, we had no idea we were going to move to Monaco, really, did we?
No.
We bought a property, I know I've said this already, but we bought a property that was built 30 years ago, and it's a gorgeous location.
Absolutely to die for, yeah.
And the plot's great and everything else, but the house isn't, is it? It's tired.
Yeah, some of it is a bit of a DIY, and yes, it's tired.
But let me give you a bit of background to this house before we go into this villa. This property was built 30 years ago, and to buy the land and to build the property, so to do a self-build, we bought it off of a couple called Mr. and Mrs. Middy, who are in their 80s now. They spent a total of €25,000. 25,000. And then 30 years later, they sold it to us for €1.67 million. So about that, 25,000 to 1.67. That's not a bad return on your money, but everything here, as you see as you walk around, is tired, very tired. So we want to bring it up to standard, and we want to more than double the value of the property. So let's get going, let's walk you around, and let's tell you how we're going to do it. It's the wrong time of year, but this is a bitter orange. This is a sweet orange. Look at the little tiny baby orange here. Absolutely midget baby orange. Oh, there's a slightly bigger one there. This is a cork tree on this side. Then we've got a fantastic, massive olive tree. This is a black olive tree. So it's a fantastic, fantastic garden. And we've got lemons and all sorts of other things. So the garden is good, but it needs to be landscaped, because Mr. and Mrs. Middy essentially used to look after it all themselves. Yeah, and if you look at the picture here, this is actually a picture from the property, not a picture, a painting from the property. So you can recognise, for example, the little harbour here, Port of the Figueret, and whatever else. So we're absolutely in love with the views. You can see the Lorena Islands. This is the Bay of Cannes. So this was painted fantastically for us. So maybe if we start with this one. And Aniko really is the project manager, the inspiration behind what we're doing here. But when we first bought the property, you said many times, you can't buy that view, can you?
No, we had that discussion with the agent who almost didn't want it to show us the property because it's high up and how you need to go up to the drive. And when we arrived and we saw the view, I was like, oh my God. And she kept saying that, it's kind of not ideal. And I'm like, I don't know which world you live in. to refurbish a property is not a big deal for us, but to get that view, if you don't have it, you don't have it.
Yeah, so number one, location, location, location. You want to add value, you need to make sure you've got the correct infrastructure around you. So obviously this port is a gorgeous addition. Restaurants, bars, shops, because we're very much in the countryside. If you see this hill up here, it's obviously got houses on it. But look at that one. Nothing. Why? It's a national park. That's Leicesterell. Leicesterell is thousands and thousands of unspoilt acres of national park. So hill walking, mountain biking. So yeah, we're in the middle of nowhere, but we're very much connected. We're 20 minutes by road to Cannes. We've got a railway station. So the best of both worlds. We're in the countryside, but we're utterly connected. Number two, we could see a lot of potential, couldn't we?
Yes.
I mean, for instance, if this is as the property is now, so this is the main house, this is where you come in from the road, this is the carport, come up here and here's the swimming pool. And what you can't see from here, because this is just looking from above, is underneath here, underneath the patio essentially, there were 3 more rooms, weren't there?
Yes.
And they were being used as workshop. So we've got planning permission for as it's currently built, which is really important, and it's something you particularly need to watch out for in France and Spain and other places, less so in the UK. So we could see the potential to add 2 more bedrooms. We could see the potential to reorganise various bits of the interior. And there's quite a lot of things that we want to do in the garden and the swimming pool as well, aren't there?
Mm-hmm.
So the swimming pool's good. It's 30 years old. And we're going to replace it. We're going to make it much bigger. We're going to take it to the edge. We're going to take it to the other edge, the patio. Normal chlorine swimming pool to salt water, which is better for the skin.
And infinity.
And it's going to be infinity. So on the plan here, you can see that the new swimming pool will overflow continuously into the catch train and get pumped back up again. So you're looking forward to that?
Yes.
Because I thought you said what you were going to say, because it's going to be heated.
Oh yes, it will be heated as well. Sorry. I want to swim in it.
And then all of the outside patio area, which is, needs doing, that's going to be completely renewed, isn't it?
Yep.
This one here this is called a section, so you're looking through the side of it now. So this is the existing swimming pool. So you can see it's just a very plain swimming pool. It's going to be the overflow into the reservoir here. But we've also got steps going down into it. We've got lovely planters going in and all sorts of other things. So yeah, as you say, we're really, really modernising it. The other thing is not actually on this plan. It's just here, this wedge of land, where we can add another couple of garages as well. Yep. To have something that big and that flat is actually very unusual in the Riviera. But if you look over this way, between the edge of our garden and the next house that you can see up there, because we've already got a couple of acres, it's a big garden, but that area in particular, as soon as I came here, I thought, wow, okay, let's talk to the domain, let's talk to the owners of this, and let's see how much we can get it for. And when we agreed the price of 30,000 euros, I was like, wow, that's for nothing. So this will be one of the few houses that's on a flat piece of land with flat access to 2 garages. We always say there are 3 places where you can add value. You add value, number 1, in terms of the price that you buy it at and the way in which you buy it. Number 2, what you then do to it. And then number 3, your exit. So we're not 100% sure with this exit, but it's just that little bit too far from Monaco. So unbelievably, everybody, when we've done the project, we might sell it, but let's see what happens. And we've already done the essentials. So this property it's already 6 bedrooms, massive, and it only had air conditioning in 2 bedrooms. And
and it's very hot there in summertime.
Which is a good thing, but not if you've got no aircon. So we've already changed the aircon, we've changed the ground source heat pump, we've upgraded the electrics. So now comes the point to actually add some value. This is the ground floor. So this is kind of an upside down house. You come in on the ground floor and then all the bedrooms are underneath.
Yeah.
So we've got the kitchen here. Basically, the kitchen needs to become normal size. The main thing that we're doing in the kitchen is these 3 windows, 1, 2, 3, are coming out, and we're putting 3 doors there. And the main view from the kitchen is here onto the sea. At the moment, you've lost half of it. So we're going to replace the view. The architect that we've got, Jean, is very good at all of this. So all of the kitchen is obviously coming out, getting retiled and so on and so forth. But in terms of redesign, that is going to be empty. We're going to come from here right the way around. All of this is getting knocked out to here with full height kitchen units. And then we're losing half of this cupboard here, and we're coming out to about here with kitchen units as well. So it's going to be a real nice state-of-the-art kitchen instead of a very dated and quite low-down kitchen. The actual kitchen furniture and white goods and whatever, plus the refurb on the kitchen is about 50k, isn't it? 50,000 euros this is. Round numbers.
Probably slightly more, just the kitchen itself, I think it's 47, plus whatever it is too.
Yeah, that's fine. And then inside the main reception room. Okay, so coming through here, come in everybody. This is the main room. Now, you'll have to forgive the state of the place because we're semi-packed up. I mean semi-packed up because the builders are actually starting on Monday. So what we've had to do is, that is the main dining table. We don't normally have the two garden tables in here, all the garden furniture. But it's a lovely big room. So we've got a dining area, we've got a lounge area over here. This is my desk, my study area in this property. And from here, I've got views over the Mediterranean, views over Cannes. So this is a really, really nice place. I absolutely love it. This actually isn't changing too much, is it? It's going to be decorated.
Yeah.
Then we come into the master bedroom over here. Again, not really changing very much. It's just decoration. This is the bedroom that we use as the master bedroom. What do you think of the fancy bed over there? I think it's quite unusual, isn't it? That's Christopher Guy, if you want to go look that up. Anyway, whenever I wake up in the morning, I always want to be reminded, and I want it in my face, two things. The first thing, and I talk about money a lot, but it's not because of the money, it's because of the choices that money gives you. I feel that I've got a good relationship with money. If you don't have a good relationship with money, you probably wouldn't have this in your bedroom. This is one of my favorite pieces of artwork. This is a metallic greenback, $1. The first thing I see when I wake up, dollars. You can make a real difference in this world if you've got enough dollars. But it isn't about the dollars, it's about what the dollars can do for the greater good. So thinking that money is good or bad is a bit like thinking that a hammer is good or bad. It's just a tool. You need to learn how to use it. And the more money you've got and the better you get at using that tool, the more difference you can make in this world. The second bedroom, and so you're actually going to use this as dressing room stroke your studies, but there'll be a sofa bed in it. So this one here will be sort of let's call it a guest bedroom, should we? Okay, the real work is downstairs. Yay. And I think it's worth getting a nice close up of this one. The existing facade is, you can see the upstairs, which is talked about there. And we've got 4 bedrooms, 1, 2, 3, 4 downstairs, but they've got 4 windows. Sorry, three of the 4 have just got windows in. So what we can see here is, if you look at this plan, is that these 3 windows are coming out and it'll be bang, 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 3 doors. But we've got another good sized bedroom. Oh, and I didn't tell you upstairs, but a couple of other things just while I remember. If you listen while I do this, you will hear that this is the cheapest, tackiest door in the world. It's like 2 half mil or maybe 1 mil pieces of ply with space in between. So essentially most of this door is made out of cardboard. It's not soundproof, it takes away value, the handles are all different, and if you look throughout, all the light switches and the power sockets, they're all plastic and they're all 30, 40 years old. So they're all getting changed. And this is just another way that you add value. This particular bedroom has got a Jack and Jill bathroom. Again, sorry for all the backing. Now, if you're not familiar with the Jack and Jill bathroom, what that means is one bathroom is shared by 2 bedrooms. This one's a shower room. So we've got a shower over here. But when you're in here, you can either lock this door from the inside. If you come through, you can lock this door from the inside, because this comes out onto bedroom, no, I've locked out now. This is bedroom number 5. This is one of the back hallways through into bedroom number 6. Again, nice big bedroom. I don't know how clearly you can see this on the camera. And so what we're doing throughout, I mean, this probably was sort of trendy 40, 50 years ago, perhaps, maybe, but it's not now. So the whole house is getting re-skimmed, and there's some very strange ceilings. This one I think is made of plastic, and everything like that that's weird is just coming out to make everything the same. So what we've got here is, this is the other end of this service corridor. This is, I like this room, I don't know why. This is it's just a cellar, but I just love the rock. I really love the rock. And this is what the house is built on. So this is going to be a gigantic wine cellar. Just comments below. Who would like a wine cellar in the rock? Or who would like this wine cellar? Because it's gorgeous. A few of my favourites. So this is most of my children. This was Jack's wedding. This is Jack, and there's his, this is Jack, and this is bride, Lisa. This is a good few years ago now. This is on Lake Como in Italy. This is the lovely Aniko a few years ago. That was in the Bahamas, which is, I love that picture as well. And for years and years and years, I convinced my children that this was a picture of me and my granny. So that's this one here, which is obviously not entirely true, is it? Because that's me and that's the Queen. For years, thought the Queen was my granny. But yeah, you got to have a bit of fun. Right, so I think that's most of the inside. So let's go outside and show you where we're going to put the 2 more bedrooms. This would have gorgeous views. So this is going to be a bedroom. So we need to do the ceiling, we need to do the insulation, we need to do all sorts of things. But we're going to cut a window in here, and this will be a really nice bedroom on its own. This middle room here, we're going to put a door out here, and there'll be another Jack and Jill bathroom in here. It's going to be absolutely transformed. When you see it finished, you won't be able to believe it. But it's not, so the room is here, but it's not insulated. It's not built to accommodation standard. So we've got to insulate the walls, insulate the ceilings, waterproof everything. And again, it's a door and 2 windows going there. This is going to be this is going to be probably my favourite bedroom. So again, we're going to have a window here. But what's really makes it my favourite bedroom is this is going to be replaced by a big window. This is going to be a glass door as opposed to the steel door that you buy. So if you can just come over here, just imagine you're looking out here. We need to trim down the greenery a bit, but imagine that is the view from your bedroom. So when you set the task of making $1 million from a property in 6 months, you need not only to know the right property, what you're going to do to it, but the paperwork is super critical as well. So that's nailed down really tight and really hard. Okay, so the purchase price was 1.6 something million, but let's call it 1.7 million euros. The work, the specification of work, and I often say that brickwork will make you some money, but paperwork will make you a fortune. You have to do it properly on a project this size, don't you? So the amount of contracts we've signed, I like that. Yeah. But we've signed it with a main contractor, and we've got then 5 subcontractors. And the whole thing starts with, well, how are you managing it? So the person that's managing this project for us is Jean, who's the architect. I mean, he lives a few doors away, essentially. And all the people that he's working with, he's worked with for the last 10, 20, 30 years. But we've got solid contracts in place with everyone, and they've contracted to be finished by the end of May.
Yes.
End of May.
Well, there are consequences if they don't.
Yeah, so the point here is that many people think, oh, my builder's let me down. Well, why has the builder let you down? Well, because you let him. So if you've actually got a proper contract and you've checked out the insurance and and all the other things.
We can let you down, you just have...
penalty clauses.
Exactly.
So work starts on Monday. We're recording this on Thursday, right at the end of October. And what we're going to be doing is we're giving you an update. But if we take the entire, everything put together, and you'll see this all coming to life as we go through the project. The total budget is just a tiny bit over €500,000, isn't it? So we've already spent 1.7 on the property. We're about to spend another 500,000, so that'll take us to 2.2. So our challenge is to get it valued at the end for 3.2 million or more.
Yes.
And it doesn't really matter if we keep it or sell it, as long as we achieve that valuation, does it?
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, if we sell it, we'll know to the penny what it was worth, because that's what we sold it for.
Yeah.
So, what are you most nervous about with this project? Your biggest concern?
The French way of working.
Which is?
If you think that in the UK things go slow, then I have something else to tell you. So it is, their way of living is much more relaxed, which is good on one end. But on the other end, when you want things to happen, it's less so. So my concern is the French mentality is tomorrow never comes.
So how can you overcome that? So one of the ways you can overcome that is you agree to a monthly payment.
Yep.
So they get paid on a monthly basis for whatever work they've actually done. And that's going to be assessed by our architect and then signed off by us.
Mm-hmm.
And who will be transferring that money? Are we just, that'll be you. Yeah. So there's no money moving without it getting approved by the architect first and then us. So with some of them, we'll be putting down 10-20% toward the materials.
Mm-hmm.
But 400,000, that 500,000 they got to work for, and of course we've got 5% retention at the other end. And so the last 5% they're not getting for a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, and 5% of $500,000 is still 25 grand, so they will be bothered to come back and get that. What other tips would you give for anybody? I mean, essentially, this is a buy, refurbish, and then either refinance or sell.
Mm-hmm.
So what things would be critical in your view to enable somebody to do a multi-million-pound project like this?
Well, have the exits or your plans from the onset, so know exactly what you are going to do, have valuations and backup plans if something doesn't go how you envisaged originally. But I wouldn't suggest anybody jumping into it as potentially their first project either. So knowing what you are doing, having that education if you don't right now, I think that's critical. As you said, it's the paperwork what makes you money, not the brickwork. So the knowledge, and after that the experience is invaluable.
For sure. So knowledge, 100% agree with you. Knowledge on its own is useless. Knowledge plus action is what gives you power. But knowledge plus action in the wrong direction is called a disaster. Knowledge plus action in the correct direction with the appropriate coach or mentor is absolutely what you need. But also, I think something that's critical that hardly anybody ever looks at is structure, tax, capital allowances. So all of this stuff that we're doing here, are we going to be able to claim capital allowances on this?
Yes.
How about that? To get UK tax breaks for projects that are done in France. Did you know that? So more of that in a further episode. Because what we're planning to do is a monthly update. So for this week's edition of Money Matters, I hope you love the project. I hope you're rooting for us. Put any thoughts or comments below in terms of what's going to go right. Do you think we're going to make $1 million? Do you think we're going to make £2.50? And as you know, I believe deeply that money matters. You've been wonderful. We've been Paul and Aniko, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.